Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video, joining us in today's video. Last time out, Sociopath and I were working on these pods, trying to figure out what the best design is going to be, with the bottom of it, the side of it, weapons, what sort of armor we want. Sociopath is still at it, trying to figure out the best design, but we are looking at this sort of design. In the meantime, Hayes was digging out this dense iron deposit, which is now completely empty. So we are effectively done on this particular asteroid. But whilst we are here, it is probably a good idea for us to take stock of what we have, what we want to do, and how to stop this ship looking quite as squished as it currently looks. So in today's video we are going to, well, Exy has already seen this, Jake is now looking at it, so we are going to get Jake's opinions as well as Exia's opinions and make some further decisions on what we want to do, and see if we can get some of these weapons up and running so that we have a little bit more in the way of offense. And also, something's gone a little bit awry with our shields. They appear to be showing red. We are not sure what it means. So make sure you stay tuned and let's get started.
So I can see you've made a box.
We have.
Yeah,
this is the NES Squished. Yeah, ignore the box bit. The main focus is one, what we're doing down the side right here, and two, how we are sort of incorporating pods in the box. So, for example, we're going to have a thruster pod there, weapons pod there, and then we've got these massive weapons pods on the side. The idea behind this is, go on.
I found out why the shields are ready. They're fortified.
Oh. Well, there's nothing wrong with our shields then. The shields are great. Yes, so Jake, the main point here is the pod that we've made, or this little thruster weapons pod that you see on the side. So this is wrapped around with heavy armor, and we have thrusters, 8 of them, along with Sociopath. You'll have to help me with which weapons are what and what their purpose is.
So on the top we have 2 of the riptides, and the center ones are going away. We have on the sides, we have 2 of the riptides. That's the long range flak.
Yeah.
Then on the bottom, the whole row between the hydrazines there, Gatlings. That's the short medium range flak, which is, there are just 6 of them next to each other with 120 millimeter whirlwinds between them for
yeah, and then you've got
range.
Slanted point defense cannons.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is slanted point defense. These are Gatlings. There's 6 of them, so they're just Gatling barrels.
So we're going to have that.
And then we need to figure out where we put.
Yes, and if you have a look at what this armored conveyor port thing that Sociopath has also put up, so we've got armored conveyors on the outside. In addition to that, we also have little pods on the bottom. So instead of having just an individual thruster, we're looking at pods of 4. So in this case, 2 pods of 4, which will be wrapped around in heavy armor as well, which are going to be sat next to some weapons. So we're also going to have some flak weaponry on the bottom in these pods if we decide to do so. Now, also, we've expanded the ship. Obviously, you see it as a box at the moment. We're going to sort that out at the front, and at the back, if you have a look at this side, this is the maximum amount that I think we should have the width of the ship. So yeah, this is what we're thinking of as maximum width, and then length of the ship will be probably 2.5, 3 times what it currently is. Thoughts, comments, suggestions, rejections? Go.
How far forward are you going to push things, or is every new construction going to be towards Towards the rear.
Pretty much every new construction is going to be towards the rear. We are going to increase the width of the front though, because I found that this bridge section that we currently have is a bit narrow. So I'm thinking that the narrowest point of this ship should be this 9 block bits here, and then we go out and we will sort of diagonally, maybe from about here, bring it across to join up to 1, and then we'll have another diagonal going out to have the full width.
So this section the new section is 12 long. And I think if you count with 12 blocks every time, you're gonna have, we should probably have two blocks of 12 in front of it. And then behind it, we can have a multitude of sections of 12 behind it. So first I was thinking this would be the center, but this would probably the part forward of the center. So the first wide section will be the center of the ship. And then you have a massive S with a pointier front.
Okay,
Probably.
so what I was thinking is actually having more width slightly further forward.
Yeah, but we can have more width, but it's only gonna. I think we only decided on it's gonna be like 4 blocks.
Oh yeah, not
less
much
wide than this part which we just built.
Yeah, we're not going to have a really wide ship. So that part that we built, what did you say it was? Was that 12?
It's 12 long.
Oh right.
The section is 12, and then
9,
the
10.
width is
21, was it? I think I may have miscounted. 3, 4,
No,
5,
it's
6, 7,
here.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 25.
25.
It's 25.
Yeah.
So it's okay. So it's 25
Oh, it's
wide.
more.
So we're going to bring it up to what will this be? 29 wide? No,
Yeah,
4 blocks. Sorry,
25,
it's 4 blocks either side, isn't it? So it's an
So
increase.
it will be 8
it's an
blocks
increase of
wider,
8. Yeah.
or 10 blocks wider. It depends what we do. So
Yeah.
if it's 25 in this part,
So we could get to 33 or 35.
the
Okay.
behind will be 35, and then
So
the
at
forward will.
this, at the current bit that you've built, not including that spur off the side, you're 25 wide.
Yeah. It's literally the
25,
straight
29.
walls we counting, and then
23.
everything what is outside of there, it's either
Okay.
going to be heavy armor
So-
or design.
So, assuming that the main bulk of the ship is going to be 25 wide, like that's the main chassis,
Yeah.
you're then going to want, if we're going to throw the Epstein drive thrusters into a side nacelle kind of setup, then yeah, you're going to want to go out another 4 like you've done here, and then that will be the outer limit.
Well,
Unless you
what I'm
larger-
thinking is from
It depends which scenes are we picking.
the bulk of the ship. I was thinking the bulk of the ship would actually end up being 35 wide. So what we actually have is these are the narrower sections. So from where Hayes is standing, we just go back, I don't know, 70 blocks, 80 blocks, whatever it is. Probably about 70 blocks.
Okay.
So
Have we decided, like, what the profile of the ship is going to be once it's done?
no.
Not exactly. No, that's what we're sort of working on. We
But I
have
think roughly what
rough ideas.
Jake is saying, we can do the rough, have a center chassis of 25, have that like the whole length from where this is up till where the back is, and then just
and then just turn it to
only have a
35.
then turn it to 35 over it, and then you can just break
Yeah.
the blocks
Okay.
in between.
We can definitely do that
The
then.
side, this side construction here is probably best once we probably best to build it once we've built out the main frame and messed with the profile of the ship.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's going to get in the way of making any alterations.
That works for me. Then in that case, what we can do is, this 35 section. You said you're going to put Epstein engines inside them.
Okay,
Right.
So I have an idea, but it really depends on how long the ship is going to end up.
Think of it. Okay. Envisage the ship being 3 times the current length. Yeah, I think that is what we're probably aiming for.
You were talking about elongating the front as well, right?
No, we're sort of scrapping.
Yeah, we put. I believe we're putting 6 blocks on the front.
If we do, yeah, very few. It's not a big.
No, but that's
change.
the thing. The section we have now is 12 blocks long. Then you have 2 12-block long sections forward of that one, and we can have up till, if you want to say, you want to make it 70 long. That's like 6 12-block sections behind it. That means we have 6, 7, 8, 9 12-block sections. That's how many? But how long is the ship's gonna be then? 9 times 12.
So
90, 100.
108.
110 blocks.
108.
108 blocks long.
Yeah.
Okay, so currently, up until the section where we've got the laser point defense, like before the cockpit,
Yep.
is 24.
Okay.
So if we add that to 108, 1 second.
Oh, you do. 132.
Yeah.
Where's he gone? Okay, 132 is what we're. Hang on, how many blocks are ahead of these laser? How many blocks?
Yeah, 6. So that's why I
6.
said we extended 6 more later. So kind of you don't need to go to 130. How much did you say, Jake?
Well, this is 132 if he's adding this extra bit. Because he said 124 plus the 8.
I think
What did he say?
This
Plus
is 100
12.
long. This length up to just before the cockpit is 100 blocks.
Yeah, that's too much. Then the ship would be need to be a lot wider.
That's exactly why I wanted the extra
Swear
width.
to God.
Okay.
No, but gadget that if we're gonna make it like that, that's what you also said, 70 blocks behind it.
Yeah, but if we make it 4 wider, it does look.
No.
Okay,
That's-
okay. So here's the thing, right? If we make like the central structure of the ship this wide and this long, probably another. Yeah. So this wide, this long. We make the frame. We make the decks. Or maybe we don't even make the decks, we just make the internal box.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just need the internal
and
box
then,
and we need to
and then
smash
in
it.
order to bulk it out, we can add things onto the side, that extra 4 blocks either side that can be shaped, and then have those like turret sections on. And then we can do something with the back and change where it is on the back depending on how it looks at the moment.
So hold on, you said that is 100 blocks from the end of that scaffold all the way to the
The
point
first
defense lasers.
the last point defense laser on the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's up to this scaffold that I've just placed on the other side, Gadget.
So and
Yeah, I
then
see.
you need to count. So that's 100 blocks, and then it should be 8 blocks before that, and that's what we just said from. So it's 1.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah,
Let me.
there should be 1 block.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We
Right.
are 107 blocks long at present. Total.
Okay. Why don't we bring that down to 96 blocks long total? So that gives us
7.
plenty of 12.
Why can't I use a grinder? Oh, I'm out of power. Okay.
The issue is we need to.
Well, okay, I'll tell you what.
How many blocks forward of the current section we are extending?
I think we shouldn't. I honestly think we shouldn't. We should just leave that where it is. So I'll tell you what we should do. We should leave that where it is, and this is a 6-block section, right? We claim that
It's 19 blocks in front of. Now it's 19 blocks in front of this current section. In the current section which we're building.
But this current section that we're building, it's 12 blocks from the current section we are building to the front of those lasers, correct?
So it's 12 blocks until where.
Right. So let's work in
12s.
12s. Let's work in 12s.
So we have 12 here.
So we've got 12.
That's 24.
And then we've got 6 in front. So if we left that 6 in front and said, right,
ignore the 6.
Ignore those 6 and just say, here we go, 12, 24, and let's make that a total of either 72 or 90. 72, 84, or 96. And that is the back of the ship. So we make a decision on what we want there. 72, 84, 96.
How long do you want to go, Jake? We can fit it. We can make a long ship and have it.
We can adjust the length of the ship when we get to installing the aft section.
Okay, so for now, why don't we just do? Why don't we just leave it?
This is currently 100 long from the foremost section that you built when I was away.
Okay.
If you want it in a multiple of 12, then I'll decrease it to a multiple of 12.
So what we do, do it to a multiple of 12 from the front, and do it from the front laser.
Yeah, so it's 12. It's
12, 24.
So it needs.
I tell you what, just for now, because since we're going to expand a little bit further, let's just do 60. Because that also allows us to maneuver and things like that, without swinging in. Sorry?
Hostile wasp.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Kilometers out.
Yeah. Let's just make it 60. 60 from that laser. So that in total would make the ship length 66, and that's fine because we're ignoring that first 6. Just ignore that full stop. Also, Jake, I just want to point out that I had ideas of having your sort of a nice hangar bay here and all of that as well. So we want to take into account width when we're thinking about that as we start building it.
Yeah.
But what that also means, Sociopath, is that we can start extending these pods all the way down. Well, maybe not all 60, but certainly, 12, 24, maybe 36.
Yeah, this is also not need to go from. We need to figure out the height.
Height-wise, as I said, one deck below, and let's not worry about the deck above yet, because I think if we're keeping this pod...
worry about, because we want to have the square. We want to have the roughly square box. I believe I put all those blocks on 12s, isn't it?
Yes, you did. Yeah, I double checked.
And then you have 12 behind it.
Okay, you know what I do recommend? I do recommend turning this ship around. Or at least getting us backed up out of this asteroid.
Oh, I can quickly get us out in a way.
You want to just make our way to the INBC?
You are going to need to be careful. We have a lot of
that's
extension behind us.
That is why if we had it turned around and facing the opposite direction, then when we punch it, we just know there's no turning or anything like that. Just go.
Do we just want to head towards the INBC dry dock?
Can do wherever that is.
It's
I see it.
17 kilometers.
With the Caliban class corvette near it.
Yes.
Yes, we could probably set course for that.
So, I think...
Let's just get this frame up before we do some moving.
Yeah, I'm just
it.
checking something.
In fact...
I'm gonna do what
do this. Hayes, if you want to start drifting the ship backwards very slowly. So just let it move back at 1 or 2 meters per second. so that we are at least making some moves. While that is not going to have an impact on anybody building things.
I
Let's have a
see
look at this.
while I was away, no one cleaned up the entity list.
Yes, we did,
We did.
but we had a lot of. But to be honest, well, 1 second. We don't need the deck below yet, because the deck below literally goes under it, under this. It's 3 blocks under this.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to worry about.
I need-
The first thing I'd suggest is we get this section like built before we
Yeah.
add any more.
This is
We
what I'm
need to have
thinking.
a
Decks
total
above, decks
floor
below do
above
not
it.
matter. I don't think
Yeah,
it
but
matters.
we need to have 1 floor. We need to have 1 layer above this.
Hey, Jacobine,
Oh, I understand what you're talking about.
can you come over where I am?
Define. Okay.
The bow. Is there a block right here?
Where? I see nothing.
Goddamn.
Where are you looking? I did see.
Oh, there's
there were a couple of things last session.
There's just a random scaffolding block just floating
No,
here.
there's no scaffolding block. I had random
reload.
mining bits floating around. I understand what you. I understand what you were saying, Sociopath, because of the 3 deck thing, the 3 deck
Yeah.
rule. Yeah, I did not understand what you were. I thought you were trying to build a full deck above. I'm like, no, we don't need that
because
yet.
how many decks do we think we want to have above it?
Well,
Well, for
can
this
have
section, 1 deck, and then
we-
the bridge deck,
we
so
can
maybe
just
2.
have a 3 air gap 1, 3 air gap 1, and have 2 decks on this section that we're building here, and then we could add another deck above and another deck below once we've got
So-
an idea of how we want
Yeah,
to
but
do it.
Yeah.
that's what I want
I
to
think
see
he's just
from
measuring.
if the side parts are, if the side parts are looking decent.
I think they will. The reason being is that we can, on the upper section, we can always do a little bit more work.
No, because now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 armor layers below the side part, and we will have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Okay,
Because- yeah.
think of it like this, Sociopath. This section is only going to be up to here. That's what I'm thinking. It will be maybe further back, say here, where we have the extra 1 or 2 decks. So an extra 24 blocks back. What's the key for? Is it
Okay.
Alt Z? No, Alt Z is GeForce Experience. What the?
What are you trying to do?
It's dampers, relative dampers. It's
Control.
Control
Control Z.
Thank you. Not Alt Z.
Yeah, but I'm just looking from if this, because this, let's say this is a deck extra, that's a deck extra, and then the pots look still decent.
Keep an eye out for the Voyager.
And then we could, in theory,
It's in the Delta Quadrant.
No, if you watch
Open
Lower
decks
Deck, it's on
and
Earth now.
If you just watch Voyager, you'd know it's on Earth.
It's a museum.
Oh, actually, yes, it isn't on Earth. If you watch Pickard.
Pike it.
No, that's a different show. That's Strange New Worlds, isn't it?
Your favorite show is getting a 5th season, by the way.
My favourite show. I do not have a favourite
Discovery.
show.
Star Trek Beckham.
Beckham.
Burnham, sorry.
Oh, I was going to say Beckham. Is this about
Yeah.
football
Oh,
or something?
There's a reaver treasure coming in at high speed.
Have we still not got a jump drive for these occasions?
We do not.
No, we don't. That's on our to-do list.
Who is it
I
going
don't-
for, though? I think it might be going for the
I don't think it's
assert.
going for us.
I think it's going for the assert, so that's fine.
Yeah.
It's too far from us for it to be a threat.
okay, yeah. this
Oh,
works still.
please
I
leave
think
Voyager.
this will work for us, Sociopath. I really do. I genuinely think this is a good design.
Then yeah, the pods can go get welded up.
Yeah. In fact, you know what we should do is, what if we break? No.
We can break the bottom. No, we can keep the bottom.
No, I wasn't
I
thinking
say
about the
we lower
bottom.
the-
Forget the bottom bit right now. We can lower that later. I was thinking about, this edge of this pod, this section here.
The corners one.
Yeah, the corner, and to do like put something there and then have an extension of, because I know that's a 12. So 2, 4,
just leave it at 12
6,
at the
8,
moment.
10, and then 12. Well, what I'm just thinking is that the next pod, I assume the next pod begins right here, right?
More incoming.
Yeah, that's
Drone
where the next 12 section begins.
So if we make like some sort of joining thing, some sort of joining bits for this, and then
but
have the
that's
second
something
set
you
of
do.
12.
That's something we do when we have the center.
Yeah,
when
that's what I'm
Guys.
saying. So just let's not just
Yeah.
Prepare for
bother.
acceleration.
Stand by. What's going on?
Well, no, have you not looked at what's outside yet?
No, we've been sort of busy. Oh, I see
Oh,
it.
the Thrash, the Reavers engaging them.
Oh,
Okay.
I see it. The Reaver versus the Junker drones.
But they got very close.
Yes, they did.
Yes. I was wondering if anyone else other than Hayes noticed that.
I honestly, I noticed the
I'm
Thrasher, but
expecting
did
you
not
guys
see
to
the
watch
Junkers.
for it.
Okay, decelerating.
Yeah, we were sort of focusing on the side of the ship.
So there's a miracle in the construction gadget.
Go ahead.
So the cuboidal region that we've got
Yes.
can be separated into 3 7x7 volumes with a wall in between.
Yay, bulkheads!
Excellent. I would say that this is planned, but
It isn't.
Absolutely not.
it was not. Well, okay. In my
I
Hayes and
have looked
Sociopath's
at a
defense,
little
we did
bit.
think about this. We did think about it. We just didn't realize it would be a perfect 7x7 every time. But we did think about this. Tell you what, let's get this bit. I think the first 2 sections of 12 we should probably now weld up, or the first 2 new sections of 12 we should weld up. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, it's like, it would have been nice if we had like a mock-up of what the side was gonna be, so we can just like put a projector, put in, and then build.
Oh yeah, we cannot do that. But all we need to do is dump steel plates into this now.
Painstakingly at our meager inventory size.
I have an idea to help speed up construction, but it's probably going to be better when I'm not clanging against the door every 10 minutes.
Yeah, I just stopped going outside, inside.
Are you looking
Oh,
to
look, that's
build a
Iron
small
Asteroid.
ship? Or?
No. Build a central column of conveyors with cargo container or some kind of cargo access port, so we don't need to go in and outside the ship constantly.
I thought you heard rocket.
There is one of them. Oh, I did hear a rocket.
I just saw a rocket fly past.
I heard a rocket. Here we go. We are taking fire by a Junker drone. Oh, and the orb lasers almost killed me. That was very close. Taking fire. Hayes, do you want
Can
to
we
roll
bang,
the ship? Roll the ship to the left, 45. There we go. Now we should get some fire going.
No, he's outside the range probably for that.
Right.
Junker drone inbound from the back, 2 kilometers,
We-
also opening fire.
Don't
do
we
you
have
want to go
any
over?
railgun ammo anymore?
I have no idea. Hayes, head over the dry dock. If the dry dock, if they have weapons, they can also assist. These orb lasers are firing through the chassis of the ship. There we go. Now we're talking. Larboard. You need to turn.
Remember that the Riptides only have 800 meters.
Right, okay.
We don't have any big.
I think we're
subjects.
okay. There we go. We're all right. Excellent hull position here, I suppose. That IMDC dry dock is not the saviour we thought it might be. Actually, question for you, Hayes. Dense iron. What are your thoughts on it?
That was what I was going for.
Okay, we'll do that. And with
There's
that,
also ice.
we need the ice too. With that, we're
Where's
going
the
to
ice?
end this particular video. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to click on the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on space engineers. Why did I forget what this was
Well,
called?
we might actually be getting some resources from these guys.
Leave a comment in the comments box below letting us know what you think. Oh dear, oh dear. Letting us know what you think, any suggestions you might have. This is going to look better than the cuboid that we currently have. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon, link in the description box below, as are links to my social media and Discord server. There go some cannons. That is all from me, Jake, Xia, Hayes and Sociopath, and we shall see you next time in Space Engineers.